You're sitting across from her. You listened. You showed up. You stayed loyal when it was inconvenient. You did everything you were told a good man does. And yet, something feels off. She's distracted. Her phone lights up more than her eyes. Her respect is fading, not loudly, but quietly. You're confused because you followed the rules. You were patient. You were emotionally available. You were kind. And still, you're being replaced. Not by someone better, just by someone different. Here's the truth no one warned you about. Being a good man no longer guarantees desire, respect, or loyalty. My friend, attraction is not moral. It's biological. Every woman, without exception, is guided by hardwired mechanisms older than language itself. These mechanisms don't reward kindness. They reward competence, certainty, and strength. Your brain chemistry knows this. So does hers. Dopamine fuels desire, novelty, tension, unpredictability. Oxytocin creates comfort, safety, bonding, familiarity. Here's the problem. You were taught to maximize oxytocin while completely killing dopamine. From an evolutionary standpoint, a man who overgives without boundaries signals low survival value. Not because he's bad, but because he lacks edge. Biology doesn't care about fairness. It cares about outcomes. Let's talk mechanics. When you over-explain, your nervous system leaks insecurity. When you constantly reassure, you lower perceived value. When you sacrifice without being asked, you signal replaceability. This is not opinion. This is an emotional mechanism. Your behavior trains her subconscious. Every time you prioritize her feelings over your self-respect, you teach her that you'll tolerate less. Every time you suppress your boundaries to keep the peace, you broadcast fear of loss. And fear is never attractive. Your predictability flattens dopamine response. Your availability collapses polarity. The brain doesn't crave what it already owns. You've seen this before. She stops initiating. She forgets details she once obsessed over. She respects your effort, but not you. You become the emotional support system, not the desire. You hear phrases like, "You're such a good man. You deserve better. I'm just confused right now." Translation? Your value dropped, quietly. Case study number 1. A man doubles down on kindness after sensing distance. He texts more, gives more, explains more. She pulls away, faster. Case study number 2. Another man stays calm, withdraws slightly, stops chasing clarity. Suddenly, she leans in. Same woman, different signal. Modern society trained you to be harmless. Media celebrates the agreeable man. Schools punish masculine assertiveness. Dating advice tells you to communicate more while ignoring attraction dynamics. You were never trained to be powerful. You were trained to be safe. Feminized culture rewards emotional labor from men, but punishes masculine certainty. You were sold a lie. That goodness alone creates desire. It doesn't. It creates convenience. And convenience is disposable. Eventually, something breaks. Resentment creeps in. You feel unseen. You wonder why effort feels like a losing battle. You don't explode. You go numb. This is the destruction phase. The good man realizes he traded his spine for approval. His desire for peace erased his presence. And the most painful realization hits. You were loved for what you provided, not who you were. Here it is. The truth men avoid. Goodness without strength is invisible. Kindness without boundaries is negotiable. Love without self-respect is temporary. Every woman responds to polarity. Every relationship follows power dynamics. All men who ignore this pay the price. Not because women are evil, but because biology is indifferent. So what now? You don't become cruel. You become centered. You stop explaining yourself. You move with purpose. You choose goodness instead of begging with it. You reclaim internal validation. You set boundaries without anger. You become willing to walk away, not to punish, but because you know your value. Brother, a man who can stand alone is never desperate, and a man who is not desperate is never invisible.